Hello guys, and welcome back to another reading vlog. This time a 24-hour readathon, which I haven't done in like a year. It's been a while. So I have today's Sunday and I have tomorrow Monday off, and I thought what better thing to do than a readathon. So I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon. However, like I said, it is Sunday, so I'm planning on starting reading today. I'm gonna read for a few hours because I do want to go to sleep my normal hours tonight. I want to read from 1 to maybe 5 p.m. today, and then I'm gonna make dinner and I don't know, maybe watch a movie with my boyfriend. We've been watching My Hero Academia and I am loving that show, so might watch a few episodes from it. We want to watch all of the Spider-Man movies because it's been a while and we never watched them together. So I'm gonna read for a few hours today and then I'm gonna read all day tomorrow, if that makes sense. That's what's gonna happen. So I just wanted to come here and start the vlog and tell you guys which books I'm planning to read. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read them all. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read any of them. So one of the options is All of Us Villains by, I think it's 2 different authors. It's Christine Lynn Herman and Amanda Foody. So I had heard about this book, but I couldn't remember what it was about, so I just looked it up real quick. And this book is being marketed as the Hunger Games. So we have 7 families in this town and they have been doing this for like 800 years, and someone from their family every 20 years, I want to say, has to go to this competition and compete against one member of each family. So there's 7 competitors and they have to kill each other so the family can have the high power, high magic. I think it's high magic. So all these families have magic, but one family controls the high magic for however many years it is until the next competition. So they basically like send one member, when it's the time, they send a member to get killed or win in this competition so they can have high power, high magic. However, it's been going on for like 800 years. No one knows about this until, for some reason, this time around the world knows and they have found out about this competition. Now everyone's watching, but the thing is, like, they're letting it happen. It's just like the Hunger Games kind of thing. So I am intrigued. I think it's gonna be a little dark, which I'm kind of like in the mood for, so that might be a high contestant. I might start it today if I do. It's on Scribd. I don't own this book, but it is on Scribd and it's a 12-hour audiobook, so I might start it. I also wanted to read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and that is a 10-hour audiobook, but I do own the book, so I don't have to read it today. Another one of my options is to read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I've wanted to read this book for a very long time. It is in my January TBR, as well as Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I do want to read this one. However, I have heard that it's kind of slow. Even though like I do think I'm gonna enjoy it, I think that reading a slow book during a 24-hour readathon doesn't work because it slows your pace down and you don't get much reading done. So I don't know which one I'm gonna read. There's also a short story by Frederick Backman and it is called And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. I want to read every single story and book written by Frederick Backman, so I want to read this either tonight or tomorrow morning. This one is for sure a story that I'm gonna read. So those are my options right now. I am also, where is it? I'm also still not done with Bunny, but because it's also a really slow paced book, I don't want to add it to this even though it would be amazing for me to finish it already because I am enjoying the book and I am liking the book. I don't want to add it just because it is a slow paced book. That is why I'm thinking about not reading The Night Circus yet. We'll see. There's also a bunch of books on my bookshelves that I haven't read that I might look through it and see what I read. So those are some of my options. I will let you guys know which book I decide on, and yeah. Alright guys, it is later. It's almost 4:30. I started reading All of Us Villains, just got to like page 40, and I took a nap. Imagine if I was doing this 24-hour readathon without going to sleep. It wouldn't work. Like, I have to sleep. I took a nap. But from what I read from the book, I am enjoying the audiobook is really good so far. The tone of the story is very it's giving me like badass characters. It's gonna be a competition where you're either rooting for one or the other. We've met two characters who are most likely going to participate in this tournament. One of them is from the high magic family, like the ones that are the strongest and they always seem to win this competition, and the other one is like the family from the lowest family that never win, and she seems to be a strong one this time, but because they're like the least likely to win family, I don't think they're gonna be taking her seriously. So we've met like the highest one and the lowest one, if that makes sense, and I'm excited to see what goes on. I'm gonna make dinner right now. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I do that, and I'll bring you guys some more updates because I don't even remember the names of the characters right now. That's how early in the story we are, and they explain the whole situation with the tournament and the magic and the families within like the first chapter. So it's not very like, it's not info dumping because they say it very fast. Like, it's just a page of them explaining it to you, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited to read it. I'm glad I picked it up. I was hesitant because of how long it is, but I think it's gonna go by fast, so I'll let you guys know more later. Good morning guys, it is already almost 10 a.m. 10:20. So I started my morning with, and every morning The Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Backman. If you guys haven't seen previous vlogs, I do love Frederick Backman's writing. I think it is amazing. I love his passages. I love his just the way he describes characters, and they just feel so real. And this book, I mean, it's a novella. It was an hour long on the audiobook. The audiobook was an hour long. It's like 70 pages long, and yeah, I cried from the beginning of the novella to the end. It was beautiful, everything that I was expecting it to be, and like more, because I just knew the premise of the book, the story, sorry. And yeah, it's heart-wrenching. It's everything I wanted it, and like I knew I was gonna cry with it, because I cried with A Man Called Ove. If you guys haven't read anything by him, I highly recommend it. It's so beautiful. I still need to watch the movie to A Man Called Ove. I just didn't want to do it right after I read the book, just because I had already cried too much with it. And just reading this novella just reminded me of why I loved A Man Called Ove. And Anxious People was also really good, although Anxious People didn't make me cry, obviously. But if you guys want just a quick read or get started with something written by Frederick Backman, I highly recommend this novella. This novella follows a grandpa and his son also comes out in it, but mainly his grandson. So the grandpa is suffering from dementia, and he is already old, and he's going through dementia. He lost his wife, and she was older as well, and he's going through the process of forgetting things, forgetting people, forgetting what he's doing, where he's at. He likes to take his grandkid places, and then they get lost and they can't remember, but he's trying to stay present, but at the same time it's no longer happening. So the grandson is helping him out as well. The grandson is learning about what the grandpa's going through, and they are very much alike, as in like the grandpa loves space and mathematics, and the grandson also loves all that stuff, while the son, so Noah's father, he's very different from his own dad, and he doesn't understand why the dad loves mathematics and all that stuff, while he likes letters. So the dad likes mathematics, the son likes letters, and then the grandson likes mathematics. And it's kind of like at the end we see another pattern like that. But I just thought it was an interesting take on the relationship between the grandpa and the grandson, and what the grandpa's going through, like with the family and inside his head. Most of the novella takes place inside the grandpa's head, and we see conversations and people that are not longer there, but they are in the grandpa's memories, because he remembers these people inside his head, but technically he's like also forgetting them. I don't know, it's a really interesting story, and yeah, if you guys are interested in picking it up, I highly suggest it. I loved it, and yeah, not like I would reread it anytime soon, but I think I would reread it sometime in the future. It was beautiful. So yes, I did cry. Just thinking about it, I'll cry again. But that was my morning. Right now I am going to have breakfast. Yeah, I'll continue reading All of Us Villains. I do want to finish it because I am enjoying it, and I got to the 3rd chapter, and I'm gonna hear from every single character that is going to go into the tournament, so we get the point of view of each character. Like, you know, like there's 7 families, so I'm guessing we're gonna read from 7 characters. Hopefully, maybe Reed, I'm interested about him, and I don't know how I'm gonna root for one of them because I'm gonna get to know every single one. I'm hoping there's one of the I'm hoping one of the characters it's not likable, so I can just be okay with him dying. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to you guys more about that one later because I do want to finish it today. I'm intrigued. This town is full of magic, and it gives you like that dark magic feeling. So yeah, I'm excited to read it. I'll be back later to tell you guys more about that book. For now, breakfast. Can you please do? Hi guys, good morning. It is almost noon. It's 11:55. It is Friday. I started this vlog on Monday, almost 5 days ago, and it was gonna be a 24-hour readathon. I was ready to read. I had the day off, and it was gonna be a good old time, great old time, you know, 24-hour readathon. Had been looking forward to it because the moment that I realized I had Monday off, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So the last clip you guys saw was of me finishing reading And Every Morning The Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Backman, and I love that story so much. It made me cry from beginning to end. So I cried for about an hour, and once I was done with that story, like I said, I really enjoyed the story. It was beautiful. Once I finished that story, I started getting a headache, and I thought it was because of all the crying that I had been doing. So I took a shower, and after the shower, I started to get chills. I was so cold. I had my sweatpants on, I had a hoodie, I had that big the big blanket like thing that I have. I was in bed with my blankets and I was freezing. Then after that, the headache kept getting worse and worse, and the next thing you know, I have most of the symptoms of our friend COVID. So yeah, I was sick. I was very sick. It just happened so fast. The way I was feeling was like how I felt after I got the first shot and the second shot. So I knew what it was. Like it felt exactly the same way, but it lasted more days than just a few hours. And yeah, I had to stop vlogging. I stopped reading. I couldn't concentrate. I started feeling better on Wednesday, but on Wednesday I had like a stuffed nose. My headache went away until this morning. So today is actually, I'm feeling really good compared to the rest of the week. I have to say, like, today is the best day. This is the best I felt since Monday morning, and I'm just glad to be done with that. Hopefully, I didn't go to work, obviously, but I also didn't take advantage of that time because I just couldn't concentrate, so I didn't read. But since I feel really good today, I decided to pick up the blog again, and I'm gonna finish the 24-hour readathon. Even though it's different days, I'm just gonna read all day today. Okay, not all day today, but I am going to finish the book that I started reading on Monday, and that is All of Us Villains, because I don't know why no one is talking about this book. I haven't heard anyone talk about this book, and this book is amazing. It is being marketed as the Hunger Games, but with magic, and it is amazing. Like, villains, dark magic. So we follow 7 families who have magic, and every 20 years each family chooses a champion for their family to go compete in this tournament where all 7 champions fight each other until they kill each other, and then we have the winner at the end, and that family, whoever wins, that family gets to have the high magic for 20 years until the next tournament. However, we are following 4 of the champions, so we get the perspective of 4 of the champions, and these champions have to get, like, we hear from the other champions, but they're like not important, like that important, you know. But the champions have to be endorsed by curse makers and spell makers, and it is just such an amazing story. Like, it is dark. We have the Low family, who has had the high magic for a very long time. They are the ones that always win, and they do everything they can. When I mean they do everything they can to make sure they win, they do it. Like, it is dark. They are monsters. Alistair is the champion for the Low family, and he keeps saying how his family, they're monsters. The mom is so creepy that it scares me, because, like, she's a monster. He even says it, like, she's the biggest monster after the grandma. The grandma and the mom, creepy. They freak me out. They scare me. I love it. It's amazing. They're a very popular family, scary family, but everyone wants them to lose because they always win. So things are going down. And then we have Gavin. Gavin is from the, oh, I forgot the last name. Gavin, his family never wins. He is the last person anyone wants to endorse because that family is known for losing all the time. They have never won a tournament, which makes me ask the question, like, why are they still in there? But I think it's because the magic. I'm not sure why they're still in the competition. Oh, it's a curse. It's a curse. All 7 families are cursed, and they have to compete in this tournament. That's it. That's why he has to compete. But this time, Gavin is really, he trusts him. Like, he is sure that he is going to win. He has to win. Like, he has to do this for himself and for his family. So he is doing everything he can to make sure he wins. And, you know, that leads to other things. Then we have Isabel, and then we have Bryony, the other champion. So we follow their stories as well. Anyways, it is so good. Everyone is doing what they can to win and to maybe break the curse. I don't know. It's just such a good story. I don't know why no one is talking about this book. Like, I want everyone to read this book, because if you like the Hunger Games, it has that darkness. It has, like, that evilness of, like, you're gonna go kill people for what? For magic. But it's like, there's another character. There's a curse maker. His name is Reed, and he is just, most of, like, the champions that we're following, they have something to do with him, like, and his curses, and he's, like, not helping everyone, but in a way, like, they have all come across this curse maker, and he's kind of, like, in the middle of what's happening to every single one of the champions that we're following. So yeah, it's really good. Like, there's also 2 sibling relationships that we follow, with two different characters, two different champions, and I just love that because I love anything that has to do with siblings. I just think it's my favorite thing to see in a story. Maybe because I have siblings, but I just love that aspect of the siblings and what they're doing to help the other sibling, or what they're not doing, or what they had to do. Yeah, it's very dark and I love it. I love it. Like, I would love to see this become a TV show or a movie. I don't even know. I think it's a standalone, which I love, but also I would love to see more about this. Yeah, it's really good. I will come back. My fiance is making us lunch right now, so I'm gonna go make a matcha and I'm gonna continue reading because I have about 200 pages left in this book. Right now I borrowed the ebook from my library and I'm listening to the audiobook on script because the audiobook is so good. I'm gonna buy this book. Like, once I'm able to go to a bookstore, I'm gonna go buy this book because it is amazing. Like, I just knew it was about magic and it was described as the Hunger Games and it was gonna be evil, dark, all fun stuff. So I picked it up. I didn't know I was gonna like it this much. I didn't know I was gonna love it this much. So go read it. Please do me a favor and go read it because you are going to love it as well. Like, I'm telling you, if you guys loved the Hunger Games and you like magic, like dark magic, evil magic, creepy stuff, you guys will like this one. So go read it. I'm gonna go make a matcha, get my book, and read